And now we're live. Welcome. Hi, everybody. Oh, welcome, welcome. Happy Friday to you all. And thank you for being here with me today and Linda G. Aley from Heart and Soul Connected. And I am hosting the show. And Linda is simulcasting on her channel. And thank you, Linda, and welcome.
Thank you. I
Welcome.
love your necklace.
Thank you. Keith got it for me when we were in Hawaii. So I'm very lucky.
He's got such a
Yeah.
nice husband, you guys.
Yes, Linda and I were fortunate to meet in Sedona, and she's just wonderful. Thank you,
Thank you.
Linda.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. So I just want to say that we're going to probably have just about enough time to do something that I'll explain to you, and then we'll do a few questions that I've laid out um, politically. So after we're done doing what I'm asking you to do, so try to bear with us. There's a lot of people that will be here that will want questions answered, and we just can't, time doesn't permit it. But Linda's on just about every day, telling us and updating us
I
with
know.
what's going on. So yeah, so no lamenting. And I
Everybody's
want
writing me, telling me that mediumship I did
with John McCain.
with John McCain. He said last when I did it, he said Thursday's going to be a whopper, like something big,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
something big happened.
It did. First, it looked like a nothing burger. Then it got very busy.
And it got really busy.
Oh, great. So, what I've done here is there was a man named James Lipton who used to host a show called Inside the Actors Studios on Bravo. And I loved watching him. He would interview people like Robin Williams and Brad Pitt and a few others. I don't know if he got around to Gerard Butler, but if he didn't, he should have. But I started asking the questions he asked at the very end of his show and renamed it Inside the Psychics Studio. And the first person that I did it with was Kevin, the healing medium. And James Lipton came through to Kevin and said, "Oh my God, I love this. You got to do this with everybody." So that's what I've been doing. And everybody wants your answers to these questions, Linda.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you for being here. Yeah.
Now, did you say inside the psychic or inside the psycho studio?
Well, you never know. Some days it does feel sort of psycho-y, but depending on what's going on in the news. But I'm going to take this little banner down here. But thank you, everybody. I'm not ignoring you in any way. It's just really hard to say hello to everybody when we're trying to make some time here. So thank you all for being here on both channels, and we love you very much. All right. So the first question that James asks is, what is your favorite word?
Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta step away.
It's okay. Linda tried to get her groceries delivered later, but they decided to come early. So anyway, hello, everybody. Oh, yes. Rosebud, I know he was a wonderful interviewer, and he was very dry, but very funny. And I heard that Will Ferrell, and I watched it actually, did a shtick on him on Saturday Night Live, and he nailed him pretty well. James passed in 2020, and I know that we miss him and his show. So, yeah. So, all right. While I'm sitting here, then I also want to shout out to our friends Julie and Dennis, who lost their son yesterday in a automobile accident down in Arizona, and I met them at the Sedona convention conference as well. Just the most beautiful family, and I want to send out lots of love and prayer to them. And there they are out there by themselves. It's their only child, so they need our love and prayers. And Linda has also posted on her community board a little bit about them. Just lovely folks. And of course, losing a child is never an easy. I mean, it's got to be the worst thing there is. So honestly. So I showed this to Linda before the show, so I'll show it to you. Raise the vibe one breath at a time. And if you don't like cursing, turn around. Keep calm and effing breathe. There you go. So that's what we did while you were gone, Linda.
Thank
All
you
right.
for bringing up Julie and listen. They're not looking for any money. Apparently, their son was uh, comfortable, and the daughters, they're not little. They're elder
Yeah.
daughters.
Yeah.
He's, they'll be set. But
That's
they just asked for everybody's prayer, Julie and
Yeah,
Dennis.
they need them, and they're just beautiful people, honestly.
He was 49
Yeah.
years old and he died in Idaho. That's where he lived.
Oh, he was. Oh my
Yeah.
God, I'm so sorry.
Did you see? They live in Arizona. Did you see the cactus is melting?
No, but that doesn't surprise me.
Oh my God.
This whole thing is so scary. All the hottest our planet has been forever and ever, and all the fires everywhere. That's
spontaneous barns. People with barns with hay in it.
I heard about
And
that.
hay will catch on fire and burn the barns down.
Yep, very scary. Very scary.
Okay.
All right. So I don't know if James Lipton had a COVID death. All I know is he was pretty well off. I think he was in his 90s and he died in 2020. Anyway, let's go back to what your favorite word is. And any of these can be spiritual, non-spiritual. It doesn't matter, Linda. They're just whatever you want to say.
Well, I like the word omnipresent.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I use that a lot.
Uh-huh.
And I also use the word paradise.
Oh, that's
omnipresent. That omnipresent energy. You don't have to define it as God. You can just define it as that visual, vibrational light that once we connect into it, we can manifest what we need.
Right. It's the all that is. It is the I am, and I love that. That's beautiful. Not a religious person, spiritual but not religious. But I remember when Moses saw the burning bush, he asked who it was, and he said, "I am that I am." And so there's your omnipresent.
There you go. There you go.
All right. So how about your least favorite word, Linda?
Trump.
I can't even use that word now, like to say.
I can't watch them on TV or anything.
Oh, no, I can't either. No. But I can't even say like this show trumps the other one.
No.
Is the one I can't even say that. So I understand.
Trump, MAGA, Jordan, that kind of stuff.
Yep. Depends. What excites you, Linda? What makes you happy? What makes you excited?
Dinner.
You're gonna laugh because you have dogs and I have dogs, and I started feeding them the farmer's dog.
Oh yes, how did that work out?
They wake me up every morning, and at 4:30 they're like, and I've never seen them eat like they eat now, and they lost weight. They're happy. It's really worth it.
Well, I had a friend, I think my friend Dan, the one that helps me with my job.
Yes.
I believe he got that for his dog, and the dog started vomiting. So I got scared of the farmer's dog. I'll have to ask him.
Okay. Yeah.
But I have my dogs on a special formula. I also give them the desalted green beans. And I use 1 can, a 4-ounce can of chicken.
Okay. There you go.
Chicken. And I divide it between them, and it just gives it enough flavor. Oh my God, my dogs.
Yeah. It would be like us trying to eat breadcrumbs every day for dinner with this dry dog food. So it really has changed, but everybody's dogs are different. So, but I just really like what they do, and they have variable types of food you can choose. So, all right. So what turns you off, Linda, besides Trump? What turns you off?
What turns me off besides Trump? What turns me off besides Trump? Well, I can't be too judgmental.
It could be people showing up for appointments an hour and a half early. That would be.
What turns me off? I can't define that. I know I can get overwhelmed sometimes, and that's not. It's just my time. Everybody wants a piece of you, and you spread it out for everybody.
Yeah, I get it.
And but I would say, And then the other thing is I don't allocate my time. Like I have to finish this book before November. And what do? I sit there and I start playing a game, or I do.
Yeah. No, I understand.
I'm on it now. But what turns me off? Probably, see, it's not good for me to judge, but I would say insincere people.
There you go. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't prefer to have them around you, right. You'd like kinder people. So yeah, that makes sense. Totally makes sense. Okay, so this is a fun one. What sound or noise do you really love to hear?
No. I love the Native American flute. That's beautiful.
Oh yeah.
I also love harp music.
Oh yeah. Gorgeous.
That's pretty.
Yeah. Does it, when you're listening to it, well, you have the flutes and the drums and the Native American, you have the harp. Does it bring you to a different space?
Yes. In fact, I have the pleasure, hopefully everything works out. I've already bought my plane ticket and everything to go to the powwow for the Comanches. Oh. Let me tell you, when you're in the presence of that, and that pounding and the singing, even the screaming that they do, which you would think would be hard to tolerate, there's an energy with it that you feel taken someplace else. I did not live the Native life. My mother was Comanche Indian. I'm registered because of her.
Sure.
She was born on a reservation because she had a home that her mother had. But I didn't know the life until much later, when I was much older, did I start going to the tribe. Oh my God.
It's amazing. It is. I'm not Native at all, but in 1992 went to a powwow with Sun Bears people in Alabama. Excuse me.
Right.
And Wobbin Wind was there. He had just passed. And that weekend, my dad passed. And I was at that event and I felt it. I felt his passing. But to me, it was, I was so in that energy that it was a beautiful thing, and of course, passing was a beautiful thing. But, I've never forgotten it because it was one of the best experiences I've ever had. So I know you're going to have a beautiful time.
I come out of my own way. And I'll be honest with you, a really good movie can send me someplace else.
There you go. I understand.
Do you have a Jared, he puts me. I'm just kidding.
I get it. Is there any sound that you don't like to hear?
Ambulances, fire engines. Well, I was kind of raised for years, 20 years. I worked in the ER and labor and delivery, and
Yeah. So anytime you hear that has to be a little bit nerve-wracking.
And when we went through these Armageddon fires, it was nothing but ambulances and fire, and they made you go down one side, and vehicles were doing this, and you could see the flames. That Armageddon feeling isn't very happy.
No, it's not. It isn't. And we're supposed to stay above it if we can, just to keep our vibe up. But when you're hearing all those scary things going on, you're knowing people are losing their homes and their animals and things.
Other people are answering the questions too. It's kind of cool.
I love it. This is why I love this so much. Yeah, people are answering them, and I thank you. And they get sort of wanting to be a part of the of the thing. Okay, here you go, Linda. This is the favorite one. What is your favorite curse word?
Maspuka.
Maspuka? Oh my goodness. What language is that? Comanche?
No, that's Mexican.
No. Okay.
What else? Well, the F word.
Yeah.
Y'all, I'm not as sweet as I used to be.
None of us are.
And y'all think I'm sweet. I just posted a thing. You guys must have seen it. I said, nothing like a slow person in the grocery store to remind me how ugly I can be.
Or somebody cuts you off in traffic, or it's like, I know.
Yeah, but nowadays people were carrying guns, so you got to
be careful. Yeah, you really do. But so if I took a poll for the people that I've already asked, because I've asked probably 25 to 30 other readers, MF comes up and the F word comes up more than anything. For me, it's shit. I just love the word shit. it seems to describe things a little bit better. But I don't think of it as a curse word either at this point.
Yeah.
It just is a descriptive noun, you know?
Yeah. When my daughter was just little, she had the fro. She had a big fro.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
actually from the Irish side, because the native side
Ah.
has straight, but she had a little fro going. And
Uh-huh.
she had her little sunsuit on. She was still in diaties. And she wanted a hot dog. And I said, let mommy cook it because we get the germs out of it. No, I
Uh-huh.
want it now. No, let mommy cook it. If I cook it, it gets the germs out. Bullshit.
Oh
My
my
whole
God.
family laughs so hard. We talk about that to this day.
Oh, I
Just
bet
a
you.
little tiny thing. It's really not good to laugh about kids swearing.
I know, but we
They are
can't help
so
it.
funny when they swear.
They do. They sound funny. It's right. Oh my God. Oh, all right. So if you could have any other gift other than what you currently have, and that can be anything, it could be cooking, it doesn't have to be psychic, but what would you like it to be? If you
Any
could
other
choose
gift?
any other kind of gift. Yep.
Playing the piano.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever take lessons?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
And
Yeah.
I've always loved to just, I fiddled on the piano, but I've never, it wasn't
Yeah.
my forte, but I would love to sit down. I wanted a player piano,
Uh-huh.
but I never got one. But anyway.
Oh, they're a lot of fun. I think I went 2 years and I only could play In My Little Birch Canoe. That was it.
Okay. I did ding, 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 ding.
There you go. There you go. Yep. You just need somebody playing that other side of it. That's
There you
all.
go.
Yeah. Do you have a gift currently that you find to be annoying at some time?
Yeah, being a psychic.
You feel it's annoying?
Sometimes it can be tough because it's
You're
hard
on all the time.
because you want people to listen to you and pay attention.
Yeah.
And that they themselves have the ability to make things happen.
Thank you.
But they just don't. They think that you have something bigger than them and you don't.
And you don't. I love that, Linda.
You want them to be able to go within themselves and make things happen, get out of their own way. I keep saying it, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's hard. And then I get people writing me. I can't read all the emails. There's so many, please just read. I just need you to read this or read that. I wish I had that kind of time. I can't do it.
I know, honey. I do know. And you're always so good to us on our other channels about giving us your time. And that is, I know it has to be exhausting for you. No wonder you had to give up private readings.
I had to.
Yeah, it was stringing you too far. I'm glad that you set those boundaries. I think that's hard for me. I like to please people if I can and try to answer people's questions. And I know I can't. I can't even do it with my own students in my classes. Not all the time. I'm just not there all the time to be able to do it. So I get it. And you're on all the time. If people know you're a psychic, let's just ask Linda.
Right.
Yeah, a little bit too much. Yep.
But everybody is so cool.
Uh-huh.
Can't ask for better people. So I don't want to say they're bothering me. I'm just saying I know. I can spread myself.
No, I totally understand. I don't think anybody really, we love what we're doing, but at times it can be difficult. Let's put it that way. Yeah. So the last James Lipton question I have for you is, if heaven exists, and you and I know it does, what would you like to hear God say to you when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Next. Oh, good. I can go in. Next.
That's great. That's great.
I would just like, a warm welcome.
Warm welcome. I'm sure you'll get one.
Hopefully nothing like you again or anything like that.
I just don't want him to say, okay, Aley, good job, but you got to go back right now. Right now. No, not right now. No.
Right.
Yeah.
So no question, what's your favorite movie?
Hey, if you want to answer it, tell us. What's your favorite movie?
I really enjoyed the performance of Sir Anthony Hopkins in Shadowlands.
Oh, yes.
You
I
know,
agree.
Anthony Hopkins always comes off a little stiff. You know, he plays those
Yeah.
butler roles and stuff, but he
Yeah.
played C.W. Lewis, and Deborah Winger was his wife,
Right.
actually, because he ended up marrying her. But he ended up meeting her towards the end, and she was dying. And the way he talked to her was absolutely breathtaking.
I love those kind of movies, Linda. I love that, and I love period pieces to begin with, historical periods. They really.
Did you ever see Charing Cross Road with Anne Bancroft?
No, I haven't seen
And
that
Sir
one. I'll
Anthony.
have to
Oh my God, it's wonderful.
okay. I'll have to watch it. I'm hearing that Oppenheimer is Cillian, whatever his last name is.
Killian.
Is that how you say it? Killian? Yeah. Okay. Killian. I heard he is absolutely
He's an Academy Award,
mind blowing. Yeah.
hands down. You know, he wouldn't eat with the crew.
I heard he ate an almond a day.
He just wanted to maintain that looking like a shrunken. He did such a good job. I got to tell you, he's Killian. He did.
You did see it then, Linda? Did you see it?
Yeah.
Oh, you did. I haven't seen it yet. Okay.
It went by. And I hate to say this out loud, you guys, because I know a lot of people don't like Tom Cruise. That Mission Impossible was edge of my seat. It flew by. But I like
action movies
and actions and stuff like that.
Yep. Well, I did hear that Killian said that his work with Robert Downey Jr. was amazing, and Robert Downey Jr. and he improvised. I haven't seen it, so I'm not trying to give away anything, but they improvised a lot of what they said to each other. They didn't really follow a script. That's how good Robert Downey Jr. is.
Robert Downey Jr. I'll tell you, I wouldn't doubt a supporting actor award. I'm telling you, the guy was fantastic.
That's wonderful. Did you see the Barbie movie?
No, and a girlfriend of mine who is actually an actress in Hollywood told me that you got to go see that movie. It's really good. And
that's what I heard. I
know my boys won't go with me, but I guess I'll go to the movies and do it.
There you go. Well, it might be a nice, cool spot to sit and eat for a while. There you go, Linda. You can, No one could see you because you're in the dark, and
no one can see that big subway I bring with me.
All right, so I'm going to ask. There's something I want to bring up because I don't know if it's a hit or what it is, but it was a epiphany for me yesterday when the more indictments came out on the documents case.
Right.
And as a writer, because you are one now, you know how difficult it is to figure out what it is you're going to say first, second, third. So sometimes I don't know, do you use a chart at all? Do you use a chart? You don't. Well, if you're a mystery writer, I have a friend who would write all the people down, and then she'd write, this person was tall and had this and had that, and this is their qualities and so forth. And so I say that Jack Smith is a combination of an FBI profiler and a mystery writer. It's as though everything he's doing is unfolding itself and working in perfect order because he is that kind of person. And I had read that he's a triathlon dude that's won a lot of triathlons.
Yeah, he broke his hip though, badly. That's why he was down for a while.
Okay.
And also, he likes Subway.
As long as he doesn't like Jared, because Jared was really. Did you see that? Yes,
I saw it. I was shocked.
Yeah, it's creepy, but my feeling is that if a man, if he was a trained triathlon person, plus he knows about profiling and he knows about setting up and doing. I just feel like we got the best man in the whole world to do this.
And he's disciplined too.
He is.
Time. That's all he's had. And look at what he's done.
Yeah. That's right.
And he's
amazing.
A Gemini too. He's a Gemini, right? So he can think outside the box.
Yes, he can. Interesting that he's up against the narcissist Gemini. That's so yeah, maybe he can understand a little bit of what's going on.
Now, were you on the show with Andre? Did you do a show with Andre?
I haven't for a while.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Let me tell you, he was saying Trump's chart looks bad.
Oh, yeah, I believe that. Yeah. Well, I think he did say, was he with you or somebody else? Or maybe it was just him. A couple of weeks ago, he had said, what is it? April, May, June of next year, the health doesn't look good. Well,
Yeah.
we can kind of figure that out anyway.
Well, like I told you, I had Arthur on my show. That
Yes.
new guy, by the way, a lot of people are writing me. They've had readings with him and said he's fantastic. But
Awesome.
anyway, he said the 27th is you're going to see some major stuff. Well, I forgot about the 27th. And he wrote me and said, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but and then I write it on my YouTube. Do you guys remember Arthur? He said the 20, and then people started writing me, your mediumship where McCain, because I'd read Emmett Tellis,
Yes.
Sharon Carpenter, and McCain. McCain said Thursday's
McCain
really
said it
going to
too.
be something.
Right.
I totally forgot about it. If it wasn't for you guys telling me what I say.
Yeah. Yeah. It reminds me of what you said about something else that was coming up with another person. I can't think of who it was. It wasn't Trump necessarily, but it was another hit that you had that we knew a long time ago. You told us a long time ago. I wish I could remember exactly what. I'm sorry. But I hear that all the time, Linda. And I know your guides are wonderful. They tell you what we need to know. Yeah.
Well, and I forget. I say it as if I'm outside my body. And then I forget what I say. It's you guys that tell me that. Mm-hmm. Oh, like someone said to me, do you remember you said that we were going to have a pandemic? I what? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you
and
did.
Then they found the spot, and I said there's a bad virus coming. I see everybody wearing a mask.
Yeah.
And then I go on with my business like, okay, well, little did we realize it was going to change this whole nation.
It's going to change the world. I know. It's amazing. What do you think about little Carlos, the one that was indicted yesterday? I mean, we don't know anything really about him, but I'm wondering.
And the other guy, I think the other guy's going to flip.
I have a feeling he will.
The new one that's coming in because he doesn't want to go to jail.
No.
And he's going to say, I followed the orders of Trump, because Trump's going to act like I didn't tell him to do anything.
Right.
I didn't, and that's when this other guy flips.
Uh-huh. Yep.
The little Carlos, he could be stubborn or something. I'm almost feeling like he tries to stick with Trump, but he'll go down with him.
What a shame, because this is what Trump does, and Trump doesn't care. He doesn't care about Carlos, doesn't care about Walt, doesn't care about anybody.
Just like Shingles doesn't care. He doesn't care.
Yes, that's right. He's a bad case of the shingles, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So I know you saw Mitch. I'm going
to tell you something. I haven't said this out loud yet.
Okay.
As I watched this happen, and did you see he was pasty white?
Yes,
I have Mexican Indian blood in me, and I can get really pasty white. It's from the Irish side.
Okay.
But he was so white, it was spooky looking.
It was spooky looking.
I think he had a TIA.
I agree. Well, and you're a nurse, so you'd know more than a lot of us.
He might, if you checked his brain, they might have even told him, you've had 3 or 4 TIAs. There'll be a little bit of a damage. But I don't feel him lasting much longer.
Yeah, I know. He needs to retire. I don't know why he doesn't want to relax and
enjoy your life.
Yeah.
But he's trying to hold on as tight as, just like, listen, I got to tell you something. Dianne Feinstein tried to come off the thing, the whatever she's on, and the Republicans refused to put somebody else in there.
Oh.
She cannot leave because the Republicans will not allow them to put somebody else in. They will not help them at all. So Dianne Feinstein is stuck where she's at.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, I saw that event. McConnell was scarier.
Yeah.
She was reading off something, and then they said, just say I.
Yes. Yeah.
And when she realized, you saw the aha look on her face. She kind of laughed about it. She said, I. So she wasn't acting like, what? Huh?
Right.
She wasn't spaced out.
Yep. She just actually thought that they were asking her opinion about and not voting.
But they're acting like she's at death's door, get her out of there. No, that's not what it was. It didn't scare me. McConnell scared me.
Well, yeah. And somebody said, on that new Threads. I joined that Threads, and I've been in jail for like 2 weeks because I added too many people or something. I don't know. But somebody said that he looked like he was looking into another world. It was like he was, a medium and kind of
Yeah,
just.
connecting. But that's what happens with TIAs.
Okay.
You'll even like with babies, when babies are little and they have a seizure, they'll freeze.
Yeah.
Or maybe do something with the eyes or something. But there's little signs, and I felt he had a TIA.
Yeah.
Entertainment purposes only.
That's right. Entertainment. And then somebody did mention, though, he had polio when he was a kid. That's why he walks funny. I didn't know why, but yeah, makes sense.
And then when he came back out, he was with it. He was laughing.
He was with it.
I fell over I told a president called him and asked how you are. He said, I told him I fell over the sandbag.
Right.
Apples and oranges, not the same thing, but whatever. If you think you're funny.
Yeah. I mean, I saw a lot of people saying yay and everything, which kind of irritates me. I don't like the man. I don't believe in any of his politics, but I never like to see anybody going through that.
Exactly. And that's the difference between the Democrats and the Republicans in the House right now. Because Fetterman, they were all over him.
Oh, I know. And Joe, they're all over him for when he stutters.
Nancy Pelosi's husband, she was crushed that nobody gave, said, we're so sorry. Nobody gave her anything.
I know.
Except other Democrats.
Democrats, yeah. I don't know. It's just, look, they turned on McCain. A lot of them turned after Trump did, so, and, he was one of the better people that were in the party at the time. So, yeah.
I read that, Mama. She said, newsflash, he's going to stay till the 2024 election. I'm almost feeling like he won't have a choice.
He won't be able to. Yeah. Who would you see replacing him if John, not Bonner. What am I saying? The guy that's sort of was there the other day that came up and talked. Not Barrasso, but there's another guy. He's youngish, I say. He's probably in his 60s. But I can't think of anybody that is strong enough really to take over that position. Not like
they're talking about amongst themselves now.
Are they, you think? Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, what are we going to do?
Yeah. What are we going to do? Yeah.
And Nancy, Feinstein is 90 years old, for goodness sakes.
Thank you. Thank you to those. John Thune. That's who I was meaning. John Thune.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yes. I know. Kansas Girl says Bashir would appoint the replacement, and they're telling Bashir, you will replace with a Republican if he goes down. They're not allowing Bashir, and Bashir's a Democrat, and he can replace with a Democrat. But if Mitch has to leave, that's what they're negotiating right now, that he has to pick a Republican to take that.
But he doesn't have to. Oh, let me ask you something. Would Mitch McConnell, if he was governor, replace with it? No.
Of course
Mitch
not.
McConnell wouldn't give us our 2 Supreme Court appointees that were rightfully ours. No.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And he needs to do the same thing to McConnell.
He definitely does.
To us. Whatever.
I know. Give me a break. Let's tell people what they have to do, even though they're in charge, It's like the old thing that Trump keeps doing when he's saying, oh, they're doing this because I'm running for president. And he just doesn't even get through to his people that, this happened before he was running for president. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So here's what I find fascinating. Yesterday they had UFO Senate congressional hearings.
I didn't watch it. Did you watch it?
I watched a little bit of it, and actually it was interesting because even the Republicans were not poo-pooing it, let's say, which surprised me because but Stephen Greer had put out last month all the information, and then they found these pilots to go in and talk. And so I'm seeing on some of the it's not Twitter because I don't go there, but I'm seeing on Threads that everybody's like, oh, it's no big deal. We don't need to know this. There's lots of other problems in the world. And this one here is, we already knew it. And I'm surprised. I'm just surprised. There's no, and I'm thinking to myself, are they only going to believe it, really believe it, and think something about it when they see them come down, step out of the craft and all that stuff. Any thoughts on that, Linda?
Yeah, well, they'll make themselves known. Trust me on that.
Oh, I know. They're coming around more. People are catching.
Remember, you have to be a vibrational match.
Yes, that's right.
Just like with angelic forms and stuff, you'd be surprised vibrationally. You think you want to tap in, but it can literally blow you out because they're so high.
Yeah.
And I feel that's why they talk to you psychically.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of us I've gotten downloads from an ET, that one ET that came to visit me. And he said, the earth is not mad. The earth is just readjusting. And we're here just to make sure you don't blow yourselves up. Yes. And somebody told me, I can't remember who, that there's been so many UFO sightings over Ukraine.
Oh, I bet.
They stopped discussing it because it's just overwhelming amounts.
They want to make sure that nuclear plant is not disturbed. And I think you talked about that before, how that may have stopped some of the things that have happened in the past. They've interfered in it and have been able to change it. Yeah.
Right.
I saw last night you posted that the Russian mafia has put a hit out on Vlad.
Oh, I was happy to hear that.
Did you feel it resonated?
Oh, yeah. Well, this is what my guide showed me. They showed Putin running, remember?
Yeah, I do remember.
His own people will work against him. His favoritism has dropped downhill. So, yeah, he knows it's going down.
Okay. Because he seems to be he's like a slick Willie. He just gets away and sleazes out here and sleazes out there. And I know there have been other attempts, haven't there, to get rid of him that have been foiled.
Yeah, but people aren't watching him as hard as they used to.
Yeah. That's very true. JV Saints, your son is a jet pilot. He says nothing about UFO activity. Well, I do know, JV, that was used to be what the paradigm was. You whatever you see, you shut up about. You don't tell anybody about it. But that doesn't mean they didn't see it, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a lot of people, flight pilots that I've read for it, that haven't seen anything,
Yeah, and like you say, it might have to be the vibrational match as well. Definitely. Yeah, absolutely. Priesteris, do you watch that guy Konstantin from Inside Russia? He's good. Live in Uzbekistan, fled the country. I've not heard of him.
I have not heard of him.
No, is he on YouTube? Let us know.
Is he on Twitter?
Oh, he might be.
I think I recognize that name.
You recognize the name? Okay.
So you actually got shut down by threats?
I did. I've been in jail for 16, 17 days now.
Just for adding too many people?
What happened was I decided that was where I was going to go to do my Democratic postings, because I don't want to fill up Facebook and Instagram with all that. So I joined it, and they had this no Democrat under 1,000, no Democrat under 4,000, all that. So what we would do is we would go in and vet people and then add them. And I was spending hours doing that. Yeah. So somebody said to me, I vetted all these people over here on my likes. And so go ahead and just add them. I've already vetted them. They're all Democrats. They're all working for the blue. So I went in and I must have done like 200 and, however fast the clicks went. Right after that, can't add anybody else. They won't get back to me. They won't tell me anything. I can post things like on my wall, but I can't follow anybody right now. I haven't been able to follow anybody. They can follow me.
Sure, you're not like
a bot.
A bot, yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing is, you can only have 7,500. You can only follow 7,500 people on there for now. Yeah, but you can have millions of people follow you if they do. So, but I like it. It's very kind. We're blocking off some of the GOP trolls, and but I just want to be able to follow people. That's all. So, it's making it hard, but it's a nicer place. I never was a twit. So, are you a twit?
I've been called that in my day. But yeah, I use Twitter more so because I'm not quite used to, but I am on this Threads.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I haven't gone there, but I'll go back there now. Check it out.
Yeah. Yeah. My name on there is
I think Elon Musk is going to sell Twitter.
oh, and this X thing. Somebody told me Mark Zuckerberg already had it.
And so does Comcast. Xfinity.
Xfinity. Yeah. Then how can he have it? Will he be taken to jail? Do you think over
No.
this whole thing?
It's going to be some lawsuit. Yeah.
Okay. I heard it's just really gutted over there, and I can understand because the people that I'm following all came over and they canceled all their Twitter accounts.
I haven't quite. They blocked. Somebody had posted about how awful it was that the Capitol had the gay flag, had been flying the gay flag, and I said, but you people also don't care if you fly the Confederate and the Nazi flag, and they cut me off.
Of course they did. Yeah, because you don't just go along with what they want.
Yeah.
Unreal. So have you at all noticed, I was talking with Valerie from Dragonfly Crystals the other day, and we were talking about time speeding up, time standing still. And she had indicated that she decided to go pick up something at Starbucks. She lives 5 minutes from Starbucks. She did the app and she was going to go in and pick it up. So she left the house. It was 10 o'clock. She drives to Starbucks, parks her car, goes in, picks up her tea that was ready, gets in the car, drives back to her house. And at the stop sign, she looks and the clock says it's 10 o'clock. Yes. And I was talking with a friend of mine who is not on YouTube, but she's very psychic. And she said she decided it was time to go to bed. And she looked at the clock and it was 9 p.m. And she said, oh, that's too early. So she said, I'm going to make coffee tomorrow. I'm going to pick up the laundry here and do, fart around for a little while. She goes in her bedroom afterwards and she gets onto her bed and it's 9 o'clock. So, yeah.
You don't think they looked at it, or?
Well, if one person did it, it could be like the clock stopped, or they didn't really see the right time the first time, or something like that. But when I hear that it's other people that are experiencing the same thing, or the same thing could be said of missing time, but we already know missing time can sometimes be sort of explained by maybe being picked up by extraterrestrials, or maybe just being in a real state of flow and all of a sudden an hour or two passes. But right. I'm hearing that time is reconfiguring itself. And of course, it's a human construct. It's not something that, is made by them.
No, there's no,
Yeah. So I would be interested to see how that works out for you as quote, time goes on, to see if you notice it at all. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe that's why they brought you groceries so early. I don't know.
Could be. I asked them to bring it later. 11:20 was, this is Costco, 7 o'clock this morning. You get to pick a time. I picked 11:20 and they were here at what? 10 something, 10:05.
Right. Yep.
Which is, I appreciate the people that deliver.
When I know
when I have my kids Diet Coke and I have heavy things, that's when I do online because it's way easier for me.
Oh, I'm the same way, Linda. I used to have the big bags of dog food when I used to buy them, and I didn't want to tote them. I had them drop them off. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'll put mine down. Mine is flaneur du jour, which means flaneur is a person that is a stroller, and it's an old-fashioned F-L-A-N-E-U-R du jour is mine. And what is yours? Just under Linda Grindle?
It's Grindle Linda.
Grindle Linda?
No capital, all one word. At Grindle, Grindel Linda, all one word.
Okay. There you go. Grindle Linda. All right. Yeah. But mostly over there, it's up for me. for me, mostly over there. I'll sometimes put a few things up, but it's mostly working with the Democrats and the blue
I haven't
wave.
even looked in a while, but I'll go back and look.
Yeah. Oh, Valerie says the energies are powerful now until the 8/8 Lionsgate, which is coming up August 8th. But the opening started on the 26th of July, and it ends on the 12th of August. So we're in there.
Anniversary of my dad's death. He died on 8/8.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, that was 2015.
Yeah. Wow.
So 8 years ago.
That's a powerful portal to leave on. It really is. And probably at the time you weren't, like you say, you weren't into all this stuff as much as you are now. So yeah. Wow.
Somebody asked if I'd like to return to stand up. No, I did it for a bucket list post cancer. I thought, well, let me just try this. And I met a man who's very popular as a stand up, and he would have me come to the events. And I'm an older woman, and I thought, who's good? What's funny about me? No breasts, no hair. And I would just tell my story, the real story, and people cracked up.
Well, it's the way you tell it, Linda. Yeah.
I had a good time, and I performed Tommy T's, the Comedy Store in LA, the Punchline, that other big one too, the one in San Francisco. Anyway, all the big names I got to touch.
That's fabulous.
But it's all ego-based comedy.
Oh yeah. Yep. I agree.
I used to wonder why I wouldn't sit in the green room with the other comics, because nobody wanted to hear the other comics, but I did. I would go out and sit with the audience to listen to everybody else so I could have myself a good laugh. But that's not what comedy, they weren't like that. So
yeah,
it's very ego-based. There's some really good comics, really good. And I enjoyed meeting. Oh.
Do you have a fan, Linda? Yeah. Gerald always has his fan. Oh, you have that one too. Gerald can floop it. He can go floop, and open it up.
I haven't been practicing yet. I just got it. Kevin Lewis.
Yes, he sent it to you
for this. But Gerald, let me show you my other fan. Hold on.
I have one too, but mine's back here as a what do you call it?
I love a fan.
Well, we need them now in this heat. Honestly,
this one even came with a little cover like an umbrella.
Gerald, you'll have to bring Linda on your show, and you can all do fan stuff. There you. Oh, beautiful! It's a chakra fan.
Or even the rainbow kind of.
Yes. Absolutely. Yes. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell you that what you explained about the green rooms and the ego and all that, I found that to be true. I went to one of those MeWe Expo things with Terry Suzuki, who is a wonderful medium. And I went with my cards, and I was going to go have a good time. And Terry says, "This isn't like YouTube, Aley. This is not like YouTube. I just want you to know. YouTube, everybody's so kind and, here they're loving." And I tell you, Linda, in my experience, just ego. Come over here and I'm going to charge you, $100 for a 15-minute reading, or come over here. I'm the only one that knows what to do, or you can't do this. And I could see them walking around. It was just disconcerting for me. And I thought, this isn't my venue. This isn't
was it like you were hired help or something?
It was nobody treated me like that, but it was a competition, and I guess I'm just not comfortable with a lot of that. I feel like collaboration, that's my mantra. Collaboration is what I espouse, and everything was competition. I'm better than you, you're better than me.
I don't see that in
on you haven't? Okay, good.
No, I guess maybe I'm blind, but I
good. Yeah, that's good.
But even if they did, I wouldn't care.
Well, it isn't that I did, they didn't bother me, because I ended up going into a reading room with Terry Suzuki, because she was asked to do a reading room, where people come in and ask questions. And I was sort of the MC because that's my thing. And I was getting hits in there and having a ball with it. But it wasn't about the money. It wasn't about the money. It was about enjoying so it was like YouTube. It was, I mean, I'm not saying I don't like money. Everybody likes money.
Yeah.
But it's just that and I may go to another one and not have that happen.
Yeah. Maybe. That's true.
Yeah. That's very true.
Yeah, I can't do no groups anymore. I'm telling you.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Although all of us down in Sedona, the energies there, I just can't thank you enough for all that you did for us there. We were a family. We felt so embraced by all of you and the others that were there. And, going home, we were riding on a high. And
and then didn't you miss our 3 squares a day?
That blew me away. You know what I have to tell you, Linda, is it seemed all the time like people were saying it's time to eat. Yeah. It's time to eat. And then I had to make a trip back to my room because after it was time to eat, it was time to go. Because I don't eat that much.
Right.
It was a little, but the food was delicious. It was.
Yeah,
that
chef is really good.
It was really good. So we're almost at the end of our time here, and I appreciate what you're doing. I'm just going to bring up one more thing, and that is the James Webb Telescope. Last night I watched on Netflix, there's a thing called The Unknown, and it's about universes, and they were talking about the James Webb.
I'll watch it.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. There's actually 3 of them. There's one on robots. I didn't watch that one. There's one about a hidden pyramid in Egypt. That was good. Okay. And then there was one about a cave of bones, which was about, they found another whole genus, Homo naledi, in that line of Homo sapien and all the other gene pools. But this one, they showed the pictures. They talked about how they had to build it in, and then they showed the and how that's part of the time thing. They were looking back at billions of years. Wow. And they explained that when they're on the moon, it takes, 6 to 10 minutes to get something to come back to Earth. So you're watching the past. But the further you go into the galaxies, you're watching further and further back. And it just,
that's amazing.
It makes you realize how inconsequential and yet how miraculous we really, truly are.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
How many people are in the room?
How many people are in the room?
Yeah.
1561, which is more than I've ever seen in my life, honestly. Yeah. Thank you so much for being here and being here with Linda and I. And thank you, Linda. Always love working with you and appreciate your time. And I'm glad
you too, because you're just a sweet in person.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you so much.
She did call me a biatch, but
I did, but she forgave me.
Went, biatch.
There you go, biatch. Oh, well, good luck on writing your book. I hope to see you again. And I love you. All right.
I love you too, girlfriend.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you so much.
Love you all.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, poor